Hey y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am super excited. So this is going to be a regular kind of ongoing series on my channel. As you may or may not know, this year, 2022, is the very first year ever that I am doing a low buy when it comes to makeup, skincare, and hair care. So my goal is really to dig into my collection and to use the things that I love, to really appreciate everything that's in my collection that I already love, because I have some freaking amazing things that just aren't getting enough appreciation from me, and I want to learn to reappreciate every one of these things. As I've mentioned in a few past videos, one of the biggest goals of my low buy is to use the good stuff, to not just keep saving those shadows, those perfumes, those hair items that I really love. Don't keep hoarding them, but actually use them, because when they're used up, that'll be sad for a minute, but I'll find something else. I'm sure I will. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to focus and show you the most amazing bronzes and golds that I have in my collection. Whenever I see a new palette or a new single eyeshadow out there, the thing that always draws me in most is if there is some amazing gold or bronze in it. I am a sucker for those colors. I think they really look great with my blue eyes, but in general, I just think that they're such a universally beautiful color, and my heart gets all flutter, okay? My heart gets all aflutter over any kind of golds or bronzes. So I know I have some amazing ones already in my collection, so I wanted to show them to you today. I do have one shadow that I'm going to be showing you that is discontinued, but everything else will be available. Everything's going to be linked down below if you want to purchase it for yourself. I do want you to let me know. So like, I'm also going to be doing my favorite greens that are in my collection, my favorite oranges that are in my collection, my favorite purples. Do you want to see things that have been discontinued because maybe you also have them? Or do you prefer for only seeing things that you can still purchase? Because I do have some such amazing colors in my collection, but unfortunately they may or may not be discontinued here and there. So I am going to put one in today, but the rest of these you can still purchase. This will also be my very first video ever shooting officially overhead, so please bear with me as I'm learning this, but let's jump into it. Okay, so with this, we are going to be looking at both palettes and a few single shadows. We have a cream shadow, we have loose shadows, and we have pressed shadows. So let's start. So this is the first shadow I want to start with. This is by Illamasqua, and this is their iconic chrome pigment paint, and this color is Inspiring. This one is definitely a more creamy formula. It dries down perfectly smooth and soft and does not budge. It doesn't crease. I absolutely love this. And it is just the most unreasonably beautiful bronze gold that I have. Oh my God, I'm going to say that with every single color. The glow on this, the shine on this, it is next level. And that is one swipe across my hand. It's so beautiful, and nobody talks about these, including me. I don't talk about this enough myself, but it is just a warm golden bronze. I absolutely adore this color. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so smooth too, and you can blend it out. You really can, because the edges blend out really nicely, but it just packs such a punch on the eyes. I'm so impressed with this one every single time I use it. I love it. I love it. This next one is an oldie but a goodie. I do have this in the very old packaging, but this still is available. So this is one of the loose shadows by Sugarpill, and this is in, I think, one of their most popular colors ever, which is Goldilocks. This is a pure molten liquid gold that is like none other. It is shiny, it is shimmery, it is splendid. Now this is one that I would normally love to apply with my fingers, but my nails make it a little bit difficult. So I do prefer to apply this on a wet brush. I'm going to spritz this. So as you can see, it is just pure molten gold, and applied to the skin, I just am so amazed every single time at the shine on this, just the pure gold tones, and just, oh my God, it is the most stunning yellow gold. I really love this, and I feel like nobody talks about this as much as they used to anymore. This used to be viral for a reason. Like, it's almost wet looking. I call this like molten gold because it is. Like, look at that. Doesn't that just literally look like liquid gold poured on your hands? Oh God, it's so beautiful. I could just stare at this for days. Does anyone want to take bets how long this stays looking kind of nice? Because it's gonna stop looking nice at some point. Let's stick with Sugarpill shadows. This is definitely a newer one. So this is in the shade Penelope, and this is definitely not a gold. This is a bronze, a true beautiful bronze. Oh God, do you see the flecks in there? Now this one, I have to admit, when I first looked at this, it looked really chunky to me because it kind of is. The flakes are definitely a lot bigger, and this definitely does have a more rosy gold tone to it. But when you put it on a wet brush, this is where those molten tones really come out. And just look at it. Oh, it's like a freaking copper penny. This one is a copper penny, a proper copper penny. Proper copper. It just brings out those stunning bronze tones, and it really captures the light beautifully. So those big flakes, you can tell they do completely, if you want to say, they melt down, they blend down. You can't see any of those big flakes once this is blended out. I really adore this. I wish that I used this more. I'm definitely going to be using this more. I don't know how I had forgotten about it. It's just so stunning, and the littlest bit goes such a long way with this shadow too. Like, I don't see myself ever getting through this whole pot of shadow, but this color, next level. Okay, we're gonna be moving on to palettes, and you might notice that with those other ones, I pretty much just used a brush or a wet brush, but with these, I can use my finger because I can actually touch it. The problem with those is that I couldn't actually get my finger into those pots, so let's start. The first palette I want to talk about is Melt's Amor y Mariposa's palette. This is a newer palette. This is what I rated as my favorite palette of 2021. It is a beautiful palette with lots and lots of color, lots and lots of gorgeousness, but the shade I want to talk about is right here, and it is Tequila. It looks almost unassuming, but it is the shiniest metallic gold that I've seen in a long time. It just is so creamy and so smooth, and it goes on like a dream. Look at that. It's just, oh my God, golds really are my favorite. Blended out, it even looks more wet than it did before. It's just so stunning. There is a touch of bronziness to this gold, but I would call it definitely more gold than bronze. We do also have this shade over here that's Mesquite, and I'll show you this one as well, even though this isn't necessarily on my list, even though it's beautifully stunning, very, very metallic. And that's just in one palette. You've got these two shades, but the real standout for me is Tequila. I just think it captures the light so beautifully. Whereas this one, I mean, again, it's really beautiful. I feel like this one is slightly, ever so slightly more chunky, whereas this one blends out and looks like your skin is just drenched in gold. I adore it. So yes, Tequila from the Melt Amor y Mariposa's collection. Oh, perfect. Next, this is what I think was my favorite palette of 2020. Even though it didn't come out in 2020, I don't believe, this definitely was my favorite palette. So the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette is 84 shades of gold. So it might seem so obvious that I'm putting this in here, but the main shade I want to talk about, and I love all of these, is Honey. So Honey is the epitome of a yellow perfect gold. So this is just, it's very yellowy. This is not bronze in any way. This is not really a deeper color. It doesn't have any brown mixed in it. This is a yellow gold, a proper yellow gold. And that's how it comes out. Like, it's just so stunning. If you have blue eyes, this color is really, really beautiful and really makes everything pop. And again, this is one of those wet looking shadows. There are certain angles that you can turn this where it almost could be matte in a way. Not quite matte, because obviously it's very metallic, but it's just, it's so interesting to me that it captures the light in different ways. So I feel like this is a really unique gold to my collection, and I really love playing with this one. Oh my God, just gorgeous. I'm going to call them all gorgeous because they are. Gold is the most beautiful shadow shade. Fight me on it. I'm just kidding. It's not even my favorite, but it's one of them. Next, I think you all knew that this one was coming. We have the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. Now, when we're going to be talking about perfect bronzes, perfect golds. How could I not bring this palette into the mix? So this palette is pure bronzes, warm tones, just delicious yumminess. And there's so many fantastic metallics in here. And the one I want to talk about, it's funny because when I first got this palette, my eyes immediately went to True Bronze. And that is a beautiful color, but it is nothing to me compared to Silk. Silk is, again, such a unique gold in my collection. It is a beautiful rosy gold. There's a rosy bronze undertone to this that is unmatched. And it is so incredibly creamy for a powder shadow that it almost feels like Natasha Denona's cream to powder formula, but it is just that stunning of a formula that the metallic feels almost like a cream. And when you swipe it, just that rose gold hits me every freaking time. I love it so much. And it is, again, this is a nice kind of copper penny color that catches the light so beautifully, and I'm just madly in love with it. It's really creamy and pigmented. Like, I can't tell you enough how creamy it is and how just beautifully wet looking it is. Just, I don't know, it's beautiful. Now with this shade, the only weird thing, I don't know how much you can tell, there is a little bit of, it's almost like a fallout type situation where you can see sparkles outside. So I would say be a little more careful with this color, but using it is absolutely worth any work it takes, because look at that. Now we're going to stick with Natasha Denona and move on to the Sunset palette. This is just one of my all-time favorite palettes. This is a warm-toned sunset dream, lots of oranges and just really beautiful colors in here. The one I want to focus on the most is Sun Dazed. So if you're looking for the perfect mix between a bronze and a gold, Sun Dazed is going to be your man. Again, it's that same Natasha Denona creamy metallic formula, and it is just so creamy and so soft and so pigmented. But what I think is awesome about this is you can blend this out to just look so subtle and beautiful, or you can continue to build it up into just this intense pigment. I love this. So again, we do have a yellow gold, but this one I said has a more of a hint of bronze in it. It almost has a hint of rosiness to it too. It hits the light in different ways, which I think makes this one super unique. Just this whole palette, again, we've got some beautiful metallics, but this one, as far as golds go, this is the tits. And finally, the last palette I want to talk about is this one. So this is the one that is discontinued. This is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and it was only recently discontinued, which makes me so sad because obviously this is so incredibly stunning. I love this palette. And the shade I want to talk about with this one is right here in the corner, and this is Brass. This is, again, an incredibly unique shadow to my collection. So it is gold. It is a proper gold, but there's ever so slightly a hint of green in this one that makes it fascinating to me. On certain lights, I'm gonna really load this one up because I really want to see if I can capture that green shift. In certain lights, you get ever so slight of a green tinge, which I think is fascinating. But then in other lights, it almost looks bronzy brown. In other notes, it's almost like a blue sparkle. It is such a cool, unique color. I'm always fascinated by it. Now, another one in this corner, this is Kava. So Kava is an interesting one. It's not my favorite, but it's more like almost like a gold overspray. So you can put this on top of any shadow or anything to punch it up. So this one is unique, but again, it has a bit of fallout to it. So this one though, Brass, is the one that I am just all about. It's delicious. So I hope you're really able to see the differences between all these. This is how they started and all the way to the very end. We've got the Illamasqua cream shadow. We've got the 2 Sugarpill shadows. We have the tequila shade from Amore Mariposas. We have the honey shade from Urban Decay Naked Honey. We have Silk from the Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. Sundazed from the Natasha Denona Sunset. And finally, we have Brass from the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. So these are just, all of them are metallic. All of them are shimmery. All of them are gorgeous and golden. And I love them all. So I hope you enjoyed that. Those are the absolute favorite gold bronze shadows in my collection. If you have any ones that you would like to add, things that you think are standout gold and bronzes, leave them in the comments below. I always want to find new ones, even though I have obviously so many beautiful ones, but can you have too many beautiful things? Yes, you can, and that's why I'm on a low buy, because I have a problem. Also, I want to thank you all so much for your support on this low buy that I'm doing. It really means a lot to me because I was nervous that when I went on my low buy that so many people would just check out because I'm not constantly reviewing new products. But you all have been so supportive, and a lot of you have said that this sort of inspired you to do your own low buy. So let's do this together. I'm also doing a project pan this year. Just make sure you subscribe. There's going to be lots of great things on my channel over the next year, and I would love to have you as a part of my family. That's it. If you liked this video, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. Or share this video if you know somebody else who loves golds and bronzes like I do. You all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.